Welcome in, and thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. We begin with a bit of a warning, a bit of a helpful warning, we hope, for Beaufort, Jasper Water and Sewer Authority customers. They're asking their 65,000 customers not to water their lawns until at least Thursday because of a mechanical failure at one of the system's 2 water treatment plants that has limited the amount of treatable water available. If normal use continued instead while repairs were being made, water pressures might drop. There could be discoloration of water or even a boiled water advisory institute, and you don't want that. The new treatment plant will double the BJWSA's capacity will not be online until 2025. Hilton Head Island is wrestling with how much light at night provides more pedestrian safety versus our desire to see the stars and limit light pollution. Since New Year's Day of 2018, a little more than 5 years ago, 9 pedestrians or cyclists have been killed on Hilton Head Island. In October of 2020, a new pedestrian lighting project was installed on Highway 278 near Yacht Cove Drive, where 11-year-old Charlie Bobenchuk was killed in June of 2018, and at least 2 more similar lighted crosswalks are planned in next year's town budget for North Ridge Drive and for the Palmetto Parkway on the north end of the island. Part of the island's new traffic management system will be cameras that will detect cyclists and pedestrians and change the cycle of the regular traffic lights on the island. The Beaufort County man who was arrested as a suspect in the stabbing and strangulation of a Michigan teenager 35 years ago was found dead in his cell Saturday morning in Beaufort as he awaited extradition. 53-year-old Robert Waters' body found during an early sweep of the jail on Saturday. He had been arrested the week before after genealogical data narrowed the list of suspects to his family in the death of 19-year-old Kathy Sue Swartz of Three Rivers, Michigan, back in 1988. Beaufort County authorities believe Waters committed suicide, but have offered no other details. There's been another man killed when hit by a train early Sunday morning near Main Street and Church Road in Hardyville, close to where one was killed just last month. As an yet unidentified 42-year-old was hit by the train about 1:30 Sunday morning, Hardyville police waiting for a toxicology report before releasing the man's name. Just a month ago, 43-year-old Jason Brown of Hardyville was found near the tracks about a mile south of this weekend's incident. And of course, 59-year-old Rose Black was killed by an Amtrak train last October after she was trapped in her car on the tracks in traffic. You know, there was a time back in the 1970s where one state department could manage our environment and health of our residents. But with climate change and pandemics needing different approaches, the state is very close to dividing up DHEC, the Department of Health and Environmental Control, into 2 different agencies. One would be called the Department of Environmental Services, the other the Department of Public Health. The state Senate passed a bill unanimously late last week, creating the 2 separate agencies. The state House expected to pass that bill before adjourning at the end of this week. South Carolina, currently one of only 3 states that still combines the 2 areas. And we all have our favorite sources of predictions for the upcoming hurricane season. The experts at the National Weather Service say we might just have a wetter rest of the year, but it will also be a calmer hurricane season because of an El Nino pattern that's developing with warmer than normal waters in the eastern Pacific. The La Nina pattern we've been under the last 5 years has worsened hurricane seasons in the southeastern U.S. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. With that optimistic hurricane forecast, of course, none of it even matters until June 1st when hurricane season starts. Let's check in on just the next few days with Maria Soden.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to start the week off with slightly higher temperatures and a little bit of rain, but should be cooling off once we get into the week. Taking a look at Tuesday, however, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Hilton is going to have a high of 86, a low of 68. Bluffton is going to have a high of 90 and a low of 67. And Beaufort is going to have a high of 89 and a low of 68. The sunrise for Tuesday is going to be at 6:29 and sunset's going to be at 8:09. Taking a look at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 12:46 p.m. and low tide's going to be at 7:52 p.m. Take a look into the rest of the week. Wednesday, it's going to be mostly sunny with highs in the 70s and lows in the 60s. Come Thursday, it's going to be breezy in the morning, but otherwise partly cloudy throughout the day. Highs remain in the 80s, lows in the 60s. And then come Friday, it's just going to be sunny with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Sports coming up a little later on, but up next, we're going to talk with a woman here on the island who has just been to the Rose Garden of the White House. Stay with us.